All right, Mr. Foreman, I am in receipt of your note. Judge Cannoni, despite our rigorous efforts, we continue to find ourselves at an impasse. Our perspectives on the evidence are starkly divided. Some members of the jury firmly believe that the evidence surpasses the burden of proof, establishing the elements of the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Conversely, others find the evidence fails to meet this standard and does not sufficiently establish the necessary elements of the charges. The deep division is not due to a lack of effort or diligence, but rather a sincere adherence to our individual principles and moral convictions. To continue to deliberate would be futile and only serve to force us to compromise these deeply held beliefs. I'm not going to do that to you folks. Your service is complete. I'm declaring a mistrial in this case.
Karen Reed, a 44-year-old financial analyst and college professor, has been dubbed America's happiest murder defendant. Her life took a dramatic turn when she was accused of killing her cop boyfriend, John O'Keefe, in a drunken hit-and-run incident on January 29, 2022. The high-profile case has gripped the nation, with public opinion deeply divided, media scrutiny intense, and the legal proceedings captivating observers. Raised in Blacksburg, Virginia, and Taunton, Massachusetts, Reed was known for her outgoing personality and academic achievements. According to her father, William Reed, she enjoyed playing the piano and attended Mass regularly. She attended Coyle and Cassidy, a private Catholic school in Taunton, where she stood out as a high-achieving student. She was active in advanced placement, AP classes, and was a member of the National Honor Society. Her friend since 9th grade, Catherine Quarantello, described her as outgoing and sociable. After Coyle and Cassidy, Reed pursued higher education at Bentley University, earning both bachelor's and master's degrees in finance by 2004. Her academic excellence continued as she began working at Fidelity Investments and taught finance classes as an adjunct professor at Bentley, where her father also taught accounting. Over 13 years, she built a reputable career as a faculty member in Bentley University's finance department, influencing many students with her knowledge and dedication. However, Reed's journey was not without significant health battles. Diagnosed with Crohn's disease at 25, she underwent 10 surgeries in 2 years before recovering at the Cleveland Clinic, where a surgeon performed major reconstructive surgery on her intestines. Her father recounted this difficult period, emphasizing her resilience and determination. At 32, Reed faced another health challenge when she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Despite these obstacles, she continued to persevere with the unwavering support of her family and friends. The allegations against Reed are serious and have garnered substantial media attention. Prosecutors argue that she drunkenly drove over O'Keefe, a Boston police officer, during a snowstorm outside a home in Canton. On the night of the incident, Reed and O'Keefe had been drinking with friends at the Waterfall Bar and Grill before heading to an after-party at the home of O'Keefe's friend, Brian Albert, a retired Boston police officer. Reed dropped O'Keefe off at the party and returned to his home, where he lived with his orphaned niece and nephew. Court documents reveal a troubled relationship between the couple, marked by bitter arguments and accusations of infidelity. In the weeks leading up to O'Keefe's death, the couple had been arguing intensely. On the night of the incident, Reed left him a voicemail calling him a female loser and saying, "John, I female hate you." When O'Keefe didn't return home, Reed frantically searched for him. She found his body outside Albert's home and allegedly told first responders, I hit him. O'Keefe was pronounced dead at the hospital, with blunt force trauma and hypothermia listed as the causes of death. Pieces of Reed's taillight were found around his body, further incriminating her in the eyes of the prosecution. Public opinion on Reed's innocence is split. Some believe she is being framed, while others view her as a villainous murderer. Her friends and family have rallied around her, believing in her innocence. Catherine Quarantello, a friend since 9th grade, described Reed as the strongest person I know, and has been supporting her throughout the trial. The close-knit group of Reed's friends and family are determined to see her through this ordeal. Conversely, O'Keefe's family is convinced of Reed's guilt. His brother, Paul O'Keefe, stated, "No one planted anything in our heads. No one brainwashed us." The family believes Reed's actions were deliberate and that she should be held accountable for O'Keefe's death. Reed's defense team, led by Boston attorney David Yannetti and high-profile Los Angeles lawyer Alan Jackson, argue that she was framed by party attendees and members of the Boston Police Department. They have raised over $271,000 through a legal defense fund and are determined to prove her innocence. Jackson, known for defending actor Kevin Spacey against groping allegations, has brought significant attention to the case with his involvement. The trial has been a spectacle, attracting true crime fans who camp outside the courthouse with signs reading, "Free Karen Reed." Many supporters wear pink as a show of solidarity, leading a judge to issue an order barring any clothing or accessories that could be perceived as encouraging and banning them from coming within 200 feet of the courthouse. This move underscores the heightened emotions and public interest surrounding the case. Despite the serious charges, Reed has been seen winking and smirking at cameras outside court, earning her the nickname America's Happiest Murder Defendant. This behavior has sparked backlash online, with critics arguing that she is not taking the trial seriously. Her apparent flippant attitude during the proceedings has led to further polarization of public opinion. Prosecutors claim Reed struck O'Keefe with her car, but her defense argues that he was beaten to death inside Albert's home. They presented evidence, including wounds on O'Keefe's arms, which they say came from Albert's dog. Albert has not been charged with any crime, and the defense's claims have added layers of complexity to the case. Vehicle data shows that Reed reversed her SUV for 62 feet at 24 mph near Albert's home. Hair and DNA from O'Keefe were found on the rear end of Reed's SUV. However, the defense countered that the taillight was broken when Reed left in a panic to find O'Keefe. They argue that the physical evidence does not conclusively prove that she struck him with her car. The trial ended in a mistrial after jurors were unable to agree on whether Reed deliberately killed O'Keefe. This marks the end of a contentious 9-week trial, where Reed alleged she was the victim of a wide-ranging plot to frame her. Prosecutors argued that she ran over O'Keefe to end their toxic relationship and left him for dead in the snow. Reed's claims of innocence coincide with an FBI probe into the investigation of O'Keefe's death, seeking to determine if there is any merit to her claims of being framed. Her defense team remains committed to proving her innocence, vowing to uncover the truth behind the case. The ongoing investigation adds another dimension to this already complex and highly publicized case. The case has had a profound impact on the communities involved. In Mansfield, where Reed lived, neighbors have expressed mixed feelings about her character. Some recall her as a friendly and generous individual, while others recount less amicable interactions. Police reports from 2020 detail disputes between Reed and her neighbors, painting a picture of a woman whose recent behavior contrasts sharply with her earlier reputation. Michael Coate, a teacher at Reed's high school, remembers her as a compassionate and mature young woman. He recounted a time when Reed developed a close relationship with an elderly patient at a nursing home where she volunteered. She was a remarkable, young, mature woman who showed such compassion and sensitivity, Coate told the Boston Globe. A former Fidelity colleague described Reed as generous and humorous, recalling an incident where she salvaged a failed end-of-summer intern party by footing the bill for an event at a restaurant atop the Prudential Center. These anecdotes highlight a different side of Reed, contrasting with the current allegations. As the nation continues to follow this high-profile trial, Karen Reed's story remains a complex web of achievement, struggle, and controversy. Whether she is ultimately proven innocent or guilty, her case will undoubtedly continue to captivate and divide public opinion. The mistrial leaves many questions unanswered, and the ongoing FBI investigation may uncover new evidence that could sway the outcome in future proceedings. For now, Reed's supporters remain hopeful, and her detractors steadfast in their belief of her guilt. Her family and friends stand by her, emphasizing her resilience and determination to fight the charges against her. As her father, William Reed, told the Boston Globe, "Karen will never break down, and she will never lose her resolve." The legal battle is far from over, and the coming months will likely bring new developments. The case of Karen Reed is a testament to the complexities of the legal system, the impact of media scrutiny, and the power of public opinion. Regardless of the outcome, her story serves as a poignant reminder of the multifaceted nature of human behavior and the profound consequences of our actions.